Last year, a team of Harrisburg High School seniors represented South Dakota in the World Robotics Championship and took home first place. Today, more South Dakota teams competed for the opportunity to also be crowned champions. Parker Brown introduces us to them in our top story tonight.
28 teams battled for the VEX Robotics State Championship. The interest in robotics is growing around the state, and the tougher competition will only help students grow in their skills.
It's been crazy. We've been doing this for 8 years now, and I remember at our first competition there were 8 teams there.
The state robotics as well as Mitchell robotics has grown a lot in my time being here, and that's really exciting to see the program grow and be sustainable.
Young minds and bright futures are pushing robotics forward in South Dakota.
Go!
From humble beginnings in the first competitions to a world champion last year, youth are being inspired to get involved.
For me, it's very important to see this growth because we need a place for these kids, these future engineers, these future programmers to practice these skills and learn about what they can do early on.
Chris Stewart was a former teacher at Harrisburg South Middle School and helped kickstart robotics there. Now he works for the tournament organizer. Seeing the students flourish is his favorite part of the state championship.
Today is the testament of how much work they put in, how many hours they put in, and what they managed to accomplish.
While robotics is not a school-sponsored activity, students each have a unique path to getting interested and getting started.
You guys are ready? Okay.
The way that I got involved initially is my dad was involved back when I was in elementary school, and he took me along to a couple of competitions, and I just know I fell in love with it. Thomas and I kind of knew each other already, and we just kind of decided to start from there.
What interests me is I'm really into the building aspect. I like problem solving and the creating aspect of just building something with your hands from scratch.
Word of mouth is huge for growing the activity in South Dakota, and it helps to have recognition from last year's world champion team from Harrisburg.
To see them go from, just a little small town community, and we compete against them and everything, and then to see that kind of level at Worlds was just really awesome to see.
Our new champion will make their way to Dallas, Texas for the World Championships in April. In Harrisburg, Parker Brown, Dakota News Now.
The winner from today's competitions include robotics from Sioux Falls and flapjack from Harrisburg. The Vexinators from Mitchell took home the Excellence Award.